Hey everybody, the greatest goblin that ever lived is here for a special comic book review here on my main channel. I saw my bro, the Mount Vernon kid, do it this way, and I thought, you know what the hell, let me go ahead and do it that way too, because I think it'd be fun. Because I wasn't really going to review this series, because I know for sure I'm not going to be buying it. But I did read this issue. I'm here talking about Forever Evil, issue number 1, and I think that's very appropriate title concerning DC Comics editorial decisions here as of late. Batwoman. But, yeah, as far as the first issue goes, this really wasn't that great. I mean, it really wasn't. This follows the events of the Trinity War. I didn't buy the Trinity War. Hell, I don't even buy Justice League or JLA. But I did get the exposition and the gist of the Trinity War. It's basically the good guys versus the good guys, and some of the good guys are like, you know, mind-fucked, and they're being controlled or whatever. And yeah, and I read the finale of the Trinity War. All kinds of swerves and turns were done in that finale. So how does DC conclude a massively hyped storyline involving the Justice League and the JLA? How do they conclude it? On a fucking cliffhanger that leads into this story, Forever Evil. Alright, now before I talk about this issue, I want to say that, did anybody notice on the cover it said, "Meet the New World Order"? Did anybody else see those words on the cover and immediately start thinking, wow, 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 new world order? I know some of you did. I know you did. I know you did, brother. But all joking aside, let's talk about this issue. This was, at best, just okay. I mean, this really was. It was just okay. As an introduction, I know it's the first issue, so I know we're probably not going to get that much, but man, I have to be honest, I was expecting a little bit more than what I got in here. We actually got teased at something, or at least I felt like it was a tease. We actually got something that I have been wanting to see since the New 52 got started, and that was we kind of, sort of, maybe a little bit kind of got a Harley and Ivy reunion. It's like they trade a couple of lines on a panel, and that's pretty much it. I'm like, really? You're gathering all the DC villains together. This is the right time to reunite Harley and Ivy, or at least take these incarnations of Harley and Ivy and introduce them to each other, see how they click, and this was the best you can do? Now, warning, there will be some more spoilers in here, so if you don't want to be spoiled, then I wouldn't recommend watching this, but if you don't mind or if you don't care, then fine, stick around. This was, now the Crime Syndicate appeared at the end of Trinity War, and we're now being introduced to them here in this issue, and goddamn, they do a lot of monologuing. They basically spend the entire book just going around telling people, we are evil, we are evil, ha 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 ha. We are evil, and if you don't like us, we will kill you. Ha 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 ha. We get a lot of that in this issue. And now, we learn some more things about this particular version of the Crime Syndicate. We are reminded that green kryptonite does not hurt Ultraman, the Crime Syndicate counterpart to Superman. Instead, what Ultraman does is he takes a shard of green kryptonite, crushes it into powder, and snorts the shit. He snorts green kryptonite, and it somehow energizes him, because if I can remember an old story involving the Crime Syndicate, I believe it was blue kryptonite that could hurt Ultraman. You know, because it's a parallel Earth, some shit's different. And I get that. So that part, I didn't mind, because it was kind of a whoa kind of moment. I kind of laughed a little bit at the Crime Syndicate equivalent to Green Lantern, Power Ring. Man, he is a stereotypical stock cliche sniveling little coward who has a really bad stuttering problem. That's kind of funny. Now, the best thing about this issue is, of course, the artwork. David Finch's artwork is very spot on. It's very well done. And I love the attention to detail in some of the characters. But, like I always said, good artwork does not always save crappy storytelling. Storytelling in here, for the most part, wasn't exactly crappy. I just think it could have been a hell of a lot better than this. You know, it's like even some of the bad guys. You got this two-page spread of all the DC villains all together, and you still have some of them doubting that this is who they say they are, the crime syndicate. They think. Even one guy even stands up and says, "I think you're just the Justice League in different costumes. What makes you think we should follow you?" So Ultraman just kills the bastard. Yeah, and I'm like, wow. Okay, now do you believe them? But even with these moments, it's still mostly just monologuing and stroking their egos about how evil they are. And I'm like, we could have done with less monologuing and more storytelling as to what's going on here. You know, Crime Syndicate is hitting different places at once and everything. You know, Johnny Quick's going after is like hitting the rogues and he's killing people. So, like I said, Ultraman crushed some kryptonite and snorted it, and you know, it's just you know, Nightwing gets captured by Owlman, and let's not forget that David Finch just has to draw Barbara in a very sexy pose, even though she's looking at a computer, but she has to pose sexy, like, you know, whatever. As a first issue, yeah, this was okay at best. I mean, it wasn't god awful, but as far as I'm concerned, I really don't recommend this series. I would just recommend just simply reading it. I honestly can't recommend buying it. If you want to buy it, then that's fine. I got no qualms with that. If you loved this issue, then that's fine too. I got no beef with that. But I don't. This just didn't truly work for me. You know, Nightwing gets unmasked to the public and everything. I'm like, I mean, it seems like something the Crime Syndicate would do, but I don't know. I can't really fully explain why this issue didn't really work for me. All I'm saying is, I was wanting something better than this. So, it's like the monologuing of how evil everybody is in here is just, to me, there was way too much of it. We could have done with just a little bit less of that and more of character development for everybody else involved in here except for the Crime Syndicate, and we could have there could have been more attention to detail in the storytelling other than we are evil. Ha! You know, that's just how I feel. On a scale of 1 to 5, I give this 2.5. The artwork saves it from being crap, but it's not god-awful. Would I recommend this? No. But I'm not going to I'm not going to try and influence you from buying this or not. If you want to buy it, go right ahead. It's your money. You can spend it however you want, but if you're new to DC Comics, you've never read a DC comic in your life, don't start here. I'm just going to say it right now. Don't start here. Wait a little while. Get some of the Villain Month one-shots, or maybe wait until October and start there. But, I wouldn't start here at all. Well, there's my review of Forever Evil #1. I want to thank you all for watching this. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel and my Blue Goblin X channel. Don't forget about my bro, the Mount Vernon Kid, and his channels. The Dark Adventuring Plus family, Fast Stacker Comics, Deadpoolzilla, Brandon Hex, my girlfriend's channels, and everybody. Follow me on Twitter, on Tumblr. You know, you won't regret it. I promise you. Thanks again for watching, everybody. And until next time, we'll see you all later.